Bismillah wa salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Dear second year students, today we're going to start with a reading lesson. It's module 4, page 54, students book, page 54. Let me ask you this question at first. Have you ever gone through an embarrassing situation? What is an embarrassing situation? An embarrassing situation is a situation in which you feel shy or you feel ashamed. For example, if your friends discover that you are lying to them, so you feel embarrassed. تشعر بالحرج. Another example, if you are with your friends at a restaurant and you discover that you have forgotten your wallet at home, so you have no money to pay. This is an embarrassing situation. Here we have some expressions which are used in embarrassing situations. For example, blushing rose. When your face goes blushing rose, it means that you feel shy because your face becomes as red as a rose. Also, we have beetroot red. Beetroot red. Beetroot is a kind of vegetables with a round red head. Also, when you say that he went beetroot red, it means that he felt shy. Bag over your head. You want to cover your head with a bag and hide under the table. This is because you are in an embarrassing situation. So you feel shy. So you, as if you want to put a bag over your head and hide under the table. Also, you can say, I want the ground to open and swallow me. The ground to open, الأرض تنشق and swallow me. So now let's go on with some embarrassing situations that happened to some people. Here we start with Ruby. This is Ruby, and he felt beetroot red, so he felt ashamed or he felt shy. Why? Let's read this situation together. I don't know why embarrassing things keep happening to me. Just the other day, I was walking down the street with my friends from college when I ran into to meet by chance. يقابل بالصدفة. I ran into my history professor. I decided to say hello. So I looked at him with a big grin, with a big smile on my face and walked towards him. He didn't seem to recognize me, so as he was walking past me, I called his name. The professor finally turned around, but had an alarmed look. نظرة تحذيرية. Why? As if something was about to go terribly wrong. Then suddenly, I felt like someone had hit me in the face with a brick. What happened? What happened to Ruby? I was shocked for a moment. Then I realized I had walked into a lamppost. Oh. While Robbie was looking at the teacher or at the professor, he didn't notice that there was a lamppost, عمود كهرب, in front of him. So he hit the lamppost. The professor tried not to laugh, but my friends burst out laughing. They laughed a lot. If I had known things would turn out this way, I would have stayed at home. I had totally made a fool of myself. This is an expression which is also used when you feel embarrassed or when you face an embarrassing situation. So now let's move to another man with another embarrassing situation. This is Dari. As you can see, this is Dari. Let's make it more clear. Sorry. Yeah, as you see, this is Dari. What's his feeling? Bag over your head. Oh, as if he wants to put a bag over his head and hide under the table. So what happened to Dari that day? Let's see. I thought it would be a normal school day. So he's a schoolboy, just like all the rest. But it sure wasn't. It wasn't a normal day. What happened? I was late, so I ran all the way to school. As I sat down, I noticed, لاحظت, a very unpleasant smell, a very bad smell. Soon enough, the other students went hysterical. They went crazy. Why? Asking each other where it was coming from. They asked each other where the smell is coming from. There is a bad smell in the class. The teacher was getting annoyed. He was getting angry. Why? Because he hates interruptions. He hates students to stop him while he is talking or while he is explaining the lesson. And the smell seemed to be getting worse. It seemed to be coming from under my desk. So where does the smell come from? It comes from under Darius' desk, where my bag was. So I opened my bag. Oh, and to my horror, I realized what it was. What it was. You see, about a week before, my mom had made me a cheese sandwich. Let's stop with this word, please. You can say sandwich, and you can say sandwich, which or which. It's the same. Sandwich, which I had forgotten all about. He forgot the cheese sandwich for a week in his bag. Imagine the smell. The only solution was to get rid of it, to throw it away fast. So, as my teacher turned his back to write something on the board, I slowly took the sandwich out of my bag, making an effort. Trying to make an effort means to try. حاول not to be noticed. However, one of the boys saw me and ruined everything. خرب الخطة. As he couldn't help telling everyone. He couldn't control his behavior. He couldn't help. He couldn't stop himself from telling the students. So he told all the students, there is the one. Yeah, he told them that there is the one who has the bad smell. There is the one. He's got a smelly sandwich. Everyone looked at me, of course, and started laughing. They made fun of me. They made jokes about me. To make fun of someone, to make jokes about him for weeks afterwards, which drove me up the wall. It made me very angry. To drive someone up the wall, it means to make him feel very angry. So let's move to the next person, which is, as you can see, which is James. Yeah, this is James. James felt a blushing rose. He felt embarrassed. شعر بالحرج. Why? Let's see. I was over at a friend's house and we were having a great time. Then some of the boys started telling scary stories, frightening stories, قصص مرعبة مخيفة. As one of my friends stood in the middle of the room with the lights off, so they turned off the lights and began to tell scary stories. I thought it was time for me to play one of my jokes on them. حب يلعب عليهم. I found a torch in the kitchen and I went outside using the back door so that nobody would see me. What did he decide to do? My plan was to get in through the living room window, holding the torch and pretending. To pretend is to behave as if you are. يدعي, يتظاهر. Pretending to be a burglar. Do you know who a burglar is? Yes, a burglar is someone who robs houses. That I thought would definitely scare everybody. So he wanted to scare them in the dark while they are switching off the lights. But unfortunately, as I was climbing in through the window, I fell down and landed on a cactus. Do you know what a cactus is? It's a kind of plant which has sharp spines. أشواك حادة. صبار. He landed on a cactus. Imagine what pain he feels. David, one of my friends, turned on the lights and everyone went outside to see what was going on. There was a moment of silence and then everybody started laughing. They laughed at him. At first, I just wanted the ground to open and swallow me. Yeah, this is an expression which also shows embarrassment. I wanted the ground to open, الأرض تنفتح تنشق and swallow me وتبتلعني up. But then I started laughing too. I felt pleased with them. I felt pleasure. This is James. Now, let's check what we have read. Here we have some sentences related to the text we have just read together. Read the text again and write R for Robin or Robert, it's Robbie, I'm sorry. J for James or D for Dari for the statements below. Let's read and try to remember together what are these statements or these sentences about. Are they about Ruby? Are they about James or about Dari? It took me a while to realize what had happened. Try to remember with me. It took me a while to realize what had happened because he was shocked. Yes, it's the first one. It's Robbie. It's Robbie. That's right. I was trying to get someone's attention. Who was trying to get someone's attention? Who was trying to say hello to someone? Yeah, it's the same person. He's Robbie again. He's Robbie again. I enjoyed what happened as much as the others. Who enjoyed what happened with the other students or with the other persons? Yeah, I think it's James, I think. Yeah, it's James. I wanted to throw something away. I wanted to throw something away. Who's that person? Who wanted to throw something away? Yeah, I think that's Daddy. Yes. I was annoyed. متضايق زعلان by the way the others reacted. Who was annoyed? Yeah, I think it's also Daddy. Let's come to the last sentence or statement. I was trying to do something funny. When the accident happened. Who's that? That's, I think, James. Yeah, that's right. Let's move to the next question, which is a matching question. So here we have some expressions we have just read in the texts, and we want to match them with the meanings on the right. So remember with me, run into. To run into someone, it means, try to remember please. Yes, to meet someone by chance. To meet someone. So the answer is F. To meet by chance. يقابل صدفة. Pretended. When you pretend, for example, to be ill, so you behave as if you are ill. So pretend means to behave as if. يتظاهر يدعي. To go hysterical. It means, try to remember with me, to go crazy. To go crazy. The answer is B. To make an effort. When you make an effort to do something, it means that you try to do something. To make an effort, it means that you try. Can't help. Remember with me, he couldn't help telling the other students. So he couldn't prevent himself from telling the other students. So he wasn't able to control his behavior. So this is the answer. When you can't help doing something, it means that you are not able to control yourself or to control your behavior. Now let's move to the last question today. Drive somebody up the wall. SB means somebody. To drive somebody up the wall, it means that to make him very angry or to annoy him. تضايقه. So the answer is G. The answer is G. This is the end of our lesson or our video today. Your homework is going to be your workbook, page 48, exercise A. Your homework is going to be workbook, page 48, exercise A. Till we meet again, thank you and goodbye.